Welcome to your next video on Small Basic. Now, this video is going to introduce a new term to you, which you will need to know if you're moving forward in your computer science career, so to speak. And this term is called selection. Now, what selection does is it changes the path of the program based on what you've written. So, for example, we've got if name is equal to Ray, do this. All right, I'm going to give you an example in a minute. Say hello, Ray. Else, say I do not know who you are. So that's what we're going to do with this program. So what I've got up here is my input. So what I say right now is, what is your name? And if I run that and type in my name, Ray, nothing happens. The program ends. All right. Now, what I want to do is allow it to check conditions. All right. So what we're going to do down here is we're going to say if, and if you press enter, it sets it up for you right away. So I'm going to delete that again to demonstrate that. If, and if I press enter, it tells me that it needs a condition. I can delete that out because this is going to be my condition that I check. So I'm going to say if name equals speech marks Ray, then, and then press enter. Notice the structure. All right. This basically means anything indented now will be carried out. So I'm going to say text window right line hello plus name. So I've joined the variable that I created there. I've joined it there. And if I run that now and type in Ray, I'm going to say hello, Ray. If I type in Bob, nothing happens because I've not got a condition to check that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to say else if name equals Bob, then text window dot right line hello Bob. So I've not used the variable this time, so you can see how this works. So if I run this, I type in Ray, it says hello Ray. I run this now and type in Bob, hello Bob. So you can have multiple conditions. Now, it is important that you pay close attention to the indentation, because if I try to type anything else there, like text window here, generally speaking, the program would crash. So it's good to get to grips with how indentation works, because this will carry on to other programming languages. Small Basic is a good stepping stone towards Python because the structure is very similar. There are just changes in terms of the pseudocode or the operators that we use. Now, that was how we can check if we're using strings, but you may want to check whether certain numbers are in the right place or whether numbers are greater than or less than. So we're going to go text window, and this time I'm going to say we're going to work out, please type in number 1, and I'm going to go text read. We're going to go read number on this one. All right, and I'm going to call it number 1. And then I'm going to create another one, and we're going to call it number 2. And we're going to go total equals number 1 plus number 2. What I can do is I can do text window dot right line total. In fact, I'm going to say your total is. Let's get used to including variables and joining them using concatenation, for those of you forgotten. So it's going to ask me number 1, which is 5, ask me number 2, which is 3, and your total is 8. So it's just a program that adds them together. What I want to do now is I want to say if, so I'm going to say if the total is over 10, then say it's too much. Because imagine you've got a program where you want to say, oh, you've not got enough time or whatever. What you can do is you can say if total, all right, total is greater than 10, then I've said if total is greater than 10, then text window dot write line, the number is too high. Else text window dot write line just fine. And I'm going to say here end if. Now this is going to say if the value is higher than 10. So I'm going to run this. 5 and 6. Total is 11. It's too high. We're going to do it differently now and say we're going to go 4 plus 4. Your number is just fine. So the thing to bear in mind here is you can do multiple conditions, all right? What I can do is I can do greater than or equal to 10. So if the number is still number 10, it's too high. Because if I put 5 and 5 in now, it says the number is too high. So you can actually combine multiple operators. I can also do less than or equal to 10, and I can say whether the number is too low. So that is an introduction to something called selection. It shows you how you can use the greater than, the less than, or checking what has been typed into a string. And I hope that that video was useful to introduce selection to you.